Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It's Saturday night. Happy Saturday night, everyone. I'm finally drinking. It's the weekend. I'm limiting my whiskey to just the weekends, trying to stay pretty clean during the week. You know, trying to limit my alcohol use. But yeah, there's some things we can talk about tonight. I wanted to dive into the CBSI Hot 10 list. Hopefully my audio is working. I'm using these headphones just because my AirPods have been sporadic. They sometimes work and sometimes don't. So if there's any issues with the audio, please let me know that in the chat. I'll be checking the chat constantly to make sure. Paranoid about that all the time now. So, let's dive into the Hot 10 list. CBSI, comicbookinvest.com. They've been putting this list out for many years now. I don't know, it's 4 or 5 years at least. I think it's been 4 or 5 years. Yeah, it's been a while. I don't always agree with their list, but a lot of times I do. You know, it's books that are moving. They scan eBay sales. I mean, they're kind of looking at a lot of data. Sometimes it's just because someone else talked about it on another channel. Let's dive into it here. Honorable mentions. Green Lantern number 59. Nice Gil Kane cover there. I think that's the first appearance of Guy Gardner. Yeah, first Guy Gardner. Man, there was a 9.8 of that book sold for 30 grand. Holy crap. 9.8? Can't be too many of those. Not my favorite character. I'm not a big DC guy to begin with, and I certainly wouldn't be spending 30 grand on Guy Gardner's first appearance. But he has shown up in the first Superman trailer. He looks silly. His haircut looks terrible. This Superman movie, but I don't know. I mean, James Gunn he's been successful with Guardians of the Galaxy. Not all I think the first one was the best. They gradually got worse. I thought, oh man, what was the last Suicide Squad was absolutely terrible. So James Gunn misses more than he hits. So I think Superman, I don't know. This Superman doesn't look great to me. It looks kind of, I don't know. I'm biased. I think Henry Cavill. By the way, Henry Cavill is going to be the next 007. They just announced that. So he's going to be very, very busy. I don't think he's going to have time to do comic book movies anymore. So I don't know. The new guy does not look like, he looks like the afterbirth from Henry Cavill. So he just doesn't look, he doesn't look that good. I don't know. I think Henry Cavill, besides Christopher Reeve, I think Henry Cavill is probably the best version of the modern day Superman that we'll probably ever see. So, man, back in 2023, a 9.8 sold for $9,000 of this Green Lantern book. Whew. Now that's a damn good return on your money, huh? 9 grand to 30 in just a couple years. I don't think you're going to do that in the stock market too easily. The next book here is Amazing Spider-Man 238. First Hobgoblin, very iconic cover. 9.9 sold for $31,200. Wow. Can't be too many of those on the census. The last 9.9 sold back in 2004 for under $2,700. So, yeah, that's called a tenfold increase. All right, guys, I'll be back 1 second. I just got to take something out of the oven. I'm baking some cookies for my son. I'll be right back. Yeah, the cookies are done, but they need to cool for a few minutes. The cookies are done, but they need to cool for a few minutes.
You still doing your watching?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Dad. Love you. Be done when they're done cooling.
Oh. All right, I am back. We got GTK Comic in the chat. We got Kenneth Bird. Good to see both of you. All right, I left off with the honorable mentions: Green Lantern 59, Amazing Spider-Man 238, 9.8, a 9.8 and a 9.9 sold for over 30 grand. Amazing. It's too rich for my blood. That's a lot of money. Number 10 on the list is Scarlet Witch, number 7. Steve Orlando writing, Peach Momoko cover. It's got Jeff the Shark on there. I guess he's popular lately. Based on that Marvel Rivals cover, which is going to be on the list as well for the second week in a row. Selling for $16 on average, $20 high. So if you were fortunate enough to grab a few copies of that, you're doing pretty well, especially if you got them for cover price. Number 9 is Dark Spaces Dungeon number 1. Option news that they plan to make a feature film out of the Snyder series has caused a flurry of activity around this book. There are multiple variants and incentives have all been selling cheap. Many cover price sales in the past 40 plus sales I've tracked so far this week, but it has seen highs already of $15. I may have that. I think I have a couple of the variants from that issue, or from that series rather. Dark Spaces. Yeah, I had a couple different ones. I'll have to look at. I've got them in a couple boxes. All right, number 8 is Daredevil 14, first cover appearance of the Muse. They showed that character on the latest Daredevil trailer. Man, this book's selling like crazy. $150. I'm sorry. Raw sales of $45. A 9/8 sold for $177. So yeah, Daredevil Born Again coming out in March on streaming. Disney Plus, I believe. So yeah, I know I've got that book in a box somewhere. I collected every single issue of Daredevil. Probably there was a 3 or 4 year run there where I collected basically all of those issues. Just one copy each, and they didn't have multiple covers. Basically, they just had the one cover, which made it nice. Number 7 on the list is From Hell, number 1. This is an Alan Moore written book. Eddie Campbell did the cover art there. I don't think I have that book. I don't know if that's a graphic novel or regular issued comic book, but yeah, I remember seeing the Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp played that character, right? I guess they're looking to do a remake. I don't know who's going to do that, but Heather Graham's questionable accent aside, yeah, that's right, she was in that movie. $15 to $20, a high of 30. Sets of all 10 issues are moving around $50 to $60. So that might be a good one to look for at your local comic book shop. You might be able to find that sitting in a box for cheap. Might be a good one to look for. Number 6 on the list is Amazing Spider-Man number 194. First appearance of the Black Cat. Raw high grades are fetching $533 at auction. Very fines have typically been around $200. I've got one on the wall right now. Let me go pull it off real quick. I'll be right back. 1 second. Yeah, this is definitely one of the books that I'm proud to have in my collection. And it's pretty high grade. I don't think it's a 9/8. I would say it's comfortably a 9/4 to 9/6 range, I would say. No spine ticks along the spine. When I was buying some of these older books, I was really making sure there was no spine ticks. So this one has no spine ticks along the spine there. I think the only flaw that you could see is just like in that corner. It's a little blunted in that one corner, left bottom corner. I think the rest of the book looks really good. It doesn't. I don't even think it needs pressed. If I was going to get it graded, I'd probably send it in to get pressed and graded, just to be completely sure of it. But yeah, there's no spine ticks on it. I'm pretty confident it would grade around a 9/4. 9/4 to 9/6. Yeah, depends. Depends on the CGC grading, the grader's mood that day, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it's a beautiful copy. Love having that in the collection. So that's one of my better Spider-Man books. So that one is doing well at the moment. Blow this up a little bit. Yeah, that book, how old? When did that book come out? In the 1979. Yep. 1979. I guess there is newsstand and direct copy editions. The one pictured there is the direct copy. You can see because there's a line through the barcode, and also the top left-hand corner has a diamond box, whereas the newsstand it has a square box in the corner in the left-hand corner there. So I've got a newsstand copy. 79, it might be more rare to have the direct copy just because there was less comic book shops in 1979. But it's probably easier to find a higher grade copies because if they were in a comic book shop, maybe they were put in a bag on the board. They weren't sitting on a shelf at a Circle K, right? That's basically how you got your comic books. It was either at a comic book shop or it was at the 7-Eleven or Circle K or a Walden Books. I remember Walden Books. So I got the newsstand of that. Black Panther #3 is the 5th spot on the list. Apparently this book is still maybe a cheap book. It's risen to $12. High of 22. It says now Achebe, what is this? Achebe being the villain in Black Panther 3 is only a rumor, but it's based on solid reasoning. Is there going to be a Black Panther 3? Really? The last Black Panther did so bad in the box office. They lost a tremendous amount of money on it. I can't imagine there's going to be a Black Panther 3. Yeah, I wouldn't pay $12 for that book. If you find it at a dollar bin, find it. If you can find it for $1, I'd say buy it. But yeah, I wouldn't pay more than that. #4 is Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #1, another Spider-Man book. I don't think we need any more Spider-Man books, but there's a new animated series on Disney Plus. This is selling between $10 and $15. I didn't order a copy of this. I don't know anyone that did. So, if you were able to pick up some copies and it's worth $10 to $15, good for you. I think it's, I don't know. Are we seeing a similar pattern to X-Men 97? Too early to tell. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many Spider-Man books these days, guys. I think the best Spider-Man book, anyways, to buy right now is the Ultimate Spider-Man. I think the story is best. The art's great. If I was going to collect a Spider-Man book, that's what I would collect. Would be Ultimate Spider-Man. That to me is the best book. It's the best Spidey book you can put your money into these days. I don't know about this one. I haven't read it, but I don't know. That's my opinion. #3 is Hello Darkness #7, the Jenny Frison cover. Beautiful cover by Frison, and of course it comes polybagged because, as you can see, there's a little bit of nudity on that cover. There was a black and white variant that went for sale last night of that cover. There were a couple shops that had a print run of only 250 copies. I don't know if it's sold out or not. You'll have to check, but I think if you just Google Hello Darkness #7, black and white, it'll probably come up on your Google search, but says this is averaging around $12. Remember, this was a $7.99 cover price for that book, so it's kind of high. I did pre-order one for $3, and I think I pre-ordered it for around $3.60 months ago. I didn't even know what the cover looked like. It just said Jenny Frison, so I put it in my pre-order list. So I do have that one coming to me at some point in the next couple weeks. But that one hit a high of $20 on eBay. They had to alter the image to make it slightly appropriate for all audiences. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but you can kind of see the gist of what's going on there. It's a good cover. #2 on the list is Fantastic Four #28. This is the Rivals cover. I think it was a cover C by Peach Momoko with Jeff the Shark on it. Yeah, it's a popular cover right now, and I mean, it hit a high of $50. I don't know who paid $50 for that, but I looked on eBay. Yeah, you could pretty much pick it up for about $20 right now. So, um, yeah, I don't know who's paying 50. I mean, I feel bad for the bastard that paid $50 for that, but it's going for about half that right now, less than half. It's a cool cover. I don't know. Does it have staying power? We'll have to see. By the way, there is a pre-order for a bunch of new Rivals books, which maybe I'll show that in a few minutes. I think they have several of the covers have been released, not all of them, but yeah, when we're done with this list, I'll go over and show you the new Rivals that you can pre-order right now through your comic book shop. There's a really cool Doom cover. There's a couple cool covers. Number one is Spawn 356. Mark Spears. Everything Mark Spears seems to be doing well. This is averaging $25 for this book. I have it right here in front of me. I did pre-order it. I paid what I paid, $3.50 maybe. I don't know. Probably less than that because yeah, I get it. It's a $2.99 cover price. And I think I get 40% off when I pre-order around that. So yeah, there's my copy. Just the one copy. If you This one, I don't think you can get easily. There's also a King Spawn Mark Spears cover that also looks really cool. That one you might be able to find still for cover price. I found a couple websites still had it for $3 plus shipping. I did order a couple copies of that because I thought I had pre-ordered that King Spawn Mark Spears cover. I think it's number 38, King Spawn number 38. That one's going to be hot too. It's a really, really good Spears cover. But yeah, this is probably going to be the most desirable Spears cover just because it's Spawn on the cover and it's pretty cool with the lightning in the background. I like it. It's very nice. So I'm glad at least I got one copy. He did the cover before that too. This is what, 355. He did that one too. So I tried to pick up all the Spears covers just because I like Spears. Obviously, if I knew that book was going to be a $25 book, I probably would have ordered 4 or 5 copies. But you just never know. You don't know. But yeah, it's a nice looking book. So there's our list, guys. There is your Hot 10 list. I like it for the most part. I've got the first 2, first 3. I got the first 3 on the list. I got number 6. So I got 4. I got the Daredevil. That's 5. I think I have 5 of the 10, which is good. So 50%. That's pretty good. It's pretty good averages. Let's go real quick to. I'll go to Third Eye Comics. Give Third Eye Comics a shout out. Here, let me share the proper screen here. Hold on one second. Yeah. Okay, there we go. And if I just type in, I think I just type in Rivals. Is that what I did? Yeah, so there's a couple things here. You got the regular Marvel Rivals. That's a release date of April 2nd, so you still have time to pre-order this bad boy. I pre-ordered a couple copies. I have a feeling there might be a first appearance in this issue, so it's just a hunch. It doesn't say anything in the solicitation about that, but I wouldn't be surprised. And it is a cool cover. I like the cover. Cover is by Toko Tokoro. There, I made it sound like I was speaking Japanese. I don't know. It sounds Japanese to me. But it's kind of a cool cover. I like it. So there you go. There is the cover for that one. That's still available for pre-order. Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Now we're going to get into some of the rival covers. So here's another one. Immortal Thor, number 21. Oh, I should just type in NetEase. Yeah, that's a better way to search it. NetEase, that's who is doing these covers. They're kind of anime, they got like a game. They're kind of like game cover type of covers, I guess. So this one here it's got Loki on the cover for Immortal Thor. That one looks pretty cool. That's still available for pre-order. The next one is Amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man number 69. There's the Rivals NetEase cover. That one looks pretty cool. I like it. I don't know if that's some type of new Iron Man. Well, I guess it's a Spider-Man. Yeah, it's a Spider-Man. Like an Iron Spider, I guess, right? Yeah. I highly recommend picking these up, especially since you can still get them for cover price. All right, there's going to be a Doom's Division NetEase cover. They haven't released the cover on that one yet. That's still available for pre-order. I made sure I pre-ordered one of those. There is going to be a Cyclock number 5 NetEase cover. That one could be really, really good. Cyclock covers are usually awesome. The cover artist is Mohammed Asrar. Not pronouncing that name probably correctly. Who did the Doom's Division cover? That was Kreese Lee is doing the cover for the Doom Division. Next one is One World Under Doom, number 2. This is the NetEase cover. This is Ben Harvey. That one looks cool. I like that one. That might be one of my favorites so far. I like that cover a lot. So I definitely suggest pre-ordering that bad boy. What's the solicitation on here? Dr. Doom has taken over the world. Earth's mightiest heroes have failed twice, first to stop him and now to overthrow him. But the Fantastic Four know Doom better than anyone, which makes them ideally suited to take on Earth's new emperor, except for the fact that he knows them just as well. As Reed Richards, Ben Grimm, and Sue and Johnny Storm prepare to face down Doom at the United Nations, Doom pays a secret visit to speak to the only person on Earth who holds both his favor, his respect, and his love. Interesting. Yeah, I like it. I suggest picking all of these up. I got a feeling most of them are going to do well. Oh, here's the last one. Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu, number 6. That is the NetEase cover. That is by David Parator. I like it. It's a cool cover. That's probably my second favorite. I think the Ben Harvey one's my favorite, and this is the second favorite. So highly recommend you pre-order that one. Again, this is a Doom tie-in. Mark Spector, aka Moon Knight, has failed. With blood on his hands and a fractured team, Mark faces a sort of confessional and with his god Khonshu, who's known less for his forgiveness and more for his fists. So another NetEase. Actually, it's not a Doom tie-in. I don't know why I said that. This is a separate comic book, but it's got the NetEase cover. I like it. Oh yeah, here's the last one. I think this is the last one. Doctor Strange of Asgard, number 1. This is the NetEase cover. I like it. I mean, that's good. Very good. Very, very cool. That one also is very good. I like that one. So again, Arrivals, NetEase cover. They've been really hot lately. The only one I didn't get, I know there was several, that all new Venom. I didn't end up getting that one, the NetEase cover for that. I did get the Magic, and I did get the Storm. I think I have them right here. In fact, I think I do. Pretty sure I do. I think I do. Hold on a moment. I have too many comic books. Yeah. I think I have them somewhere. Maybe I don't. I think. Oh yeah, here's the magic one. Okay. So I've got the magic Rivals cover. Very, very cool. I like that one. And the Storm one. I know I've got the Storm one somewhere. Huh, maybe I don't. Oh, I got too many comic books. I have too many. Do you guys have that problem too? Got too many comic books. I've got boxes and boxes. I don't know what I do with it. I know I have it around here somewhere. Yeah, that's odd. I don't know where to do with it. I know I have it somewhere. It's just in another area, another box somewhere. But yeah, the Storm cover's cool. All right, so there you go. There's your NetEase covers. So if you know, in Third Eye, if you want to order them from there, I think you just go into the search and just type NetEase, and it's going to pull up all the NetEase covers. And those new ones are still all available for pre-order. Oh, there's an Incredible Hulk. I didn't cover them all. There's an Incredible Hulk, number 23, NetEase cover, and an Avengers number 24. And we don't see the artwork for either of those as of yet. And Amazing Spider-Man number 70. So there's a bunch of them. And so we only have the art for Doctor Strange, One World Under Doom, and Moon Knight, Amazing Spider-Man 69, and Immortal Hulk, Immortal Thor, rather, number 21. So it's quite a few to order. So you've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 books that you could be ordering if you want to get all of them, all the covers. There's 10 of them. And I highly recommend you pre-order them, get the discount. I think you're going to do better with the discount. So I used to pre-order. Lately, I've been pre-ordering my books through DCBS service. I've now gotten away from doing that. I'm going to be pre-ordering more of my books through Third Eye Comics. And the reason why is at DCBS service, I would get like a 36 to a 40% discount, but then I would pay shipping, which I know it's all combined. So the shipping's like $10 or $12. And then I would pay tax on that as well. If I order through Third Eye, I get a 20% discount on my pre-orders because I have a membership that gives me 20% off basically on all pre-orders, including incentives and all that. So I get 20% off and I don't pay taxes and shipping. So it ends up being around the same price. I think like on a $100 order, I calculated Third Eye was maybe $2 more. $2 more. But Third Eye ships their books much, much better than DCBS service. They all come with bags and boards. DCBS service charges extra for bags and boards. So I feel like I'm going to get my books in better condition with Third Eye. Plus, if I have any problems with Third Eye, they refund my money right away. I mean, they have awesome customer service. Steve Anderson is one of the principals at Third Eye. He's awesome to deal with. And there's another lady there by the name of Nicole at Third Eye. She's awesome. If ever I have an issue, I just email them and they email me back the same day. I mean, it's phenomenal service. Phenomenal. You're not going to get that with just about anywhere else. I used to order books a lot through Things from Another World, things from TFAW. And man, they would never get back to me. It would take them weeks to get back to an email that I would send them. You couldn't talk to them and call them. I can call up Third Eye anytime and speak to Steve or Nicole or whoever. So the customer service and accessibility is definitely worth. I'll pay more for that. Even though I could maybe get a little bit better deal, slightly better deal somewhere else, I'd rather pay more money and have awesome service, never have any problems. Um, and I've never ever had an issue with Third Eye Comics. So I can't recommend them enough, guys. They're fantastic. They're awesome. So if you're in the States, I know GTK Comics up in Canada, he's probably not going to be ordering from a US based store, but if you're in the US, Third Eye is a great option. They'll also let you combine shipping. So there's a when you go to checkout when you buy a book, you can click on combine shipping, and that way, if you want to buy several books over several weeks, they will combine that shipment into one order. So it just makes it so much easier for you. So those are the NetEase books that are coming out. I got to share. I think it's on Google Images now. I've seen it. I could not find this for pre-order. Usually a 1 in 25. I don't usually pay more than $25. Occasionally I'll pay 30 if it's just a hot book. Obviously, if I found this book for $30, I would buy it. But it's not anywhere for $30. You can buy it for $50 right now. This is Eddie Brock Carnage #3, the 1 in 25. This cover is crazy good. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can blow that up. Yeah, it's not really working. Maybe I can go directly to Golden Apple. Yeah, let me go to Golden Apple. So you can buy it. Yeah, let me move over to the other screen. Right now, you can buy it off of Golden Apple for $50 plus shipping. But look at that cover. God, it's sick. That is so good. Look at the detail on that. I mean, I've seen a lot of really good Carnage covers over the years. That to me is probably the best I've ever seen. Remember the Crane? I mean, even the Crane covers, which were really good, I don't think hold a candle to that. That's so crazy. I mean, look at it. It's just crazy good. That might be the best Carnage cover I've ever seen. So to say that I want this book is an understatement. Yeah, I love that cover. But I don't want to pay $50 for it. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is waiting for it to be. It doesn't come out until April 23rd. I mean, it's a long ways away from now. It sucks. So what I'm going to do is every week I'll probably check eBay just to see if somebody throws one up there for under if there ends up being a listing on eBay for less than $40, I'm going to pounce on it because I really want that book. But so I do have a little FOMO about it. Not enough to pay $50, but if someone threw it on there on eBay for like $35, I'd probably buy it in a heartbeat because I just love this cover. I'm willing to overpay. Normally I would buy that through Third Eye, which of course they only had maybe 1 or 2 copies and sold it out. Normally I would buy that through Third Eye and get it for $20 because I get it ratio plus a discount of 20%. So I would end up getting that book for $20 shipped with no taxes and no shipping, which is fantastic. It's gone. I can't get it from Third Eye. So my best bet is to try to get it for close to ratio at Midtown the week before release, right? So the week before April 23rd, Midtown will have that on their website. Graham Crackers. There'll be a couple of stores that will release it a week before, and that's my only chance to get it cheaper than $50. So, yeah. So far, it appears as though that book was under ordered. It's past FOC. Most of the shops that already ordered for this issue, and they released the art late. I didn't see this cover until after FOC. So that's going to be a tough book to find. And, I think it's going to be tough. Midtown will get 2 or 3 copies. I'm going to try to get at least 1 copy from Midtown. Oh, Midtown will probably have it above ratio. So my guess is Midtown will have it for like maybe $40, 35 to 40. But it's such a good cover. It's just it's gonna garner more money. It just is. And I know that there was not a lot of people that saw this book prior to FOC. They didn't have the artwork released, to my knowledge. They didn't have the artwork released. If I'm wrong about that, let me know. But Mel V, I think the first time I saw that, Mel V had posted about it maybe a week ago. And I know Jim's Comics just dropped a video like a day or so ago, and he mentioned it as well. He showed it. He showed that cover on his video. So there's a lot of people know about it. It's not a secret anymore. It's just a good cover. It's just crazy. So that is one that I am desperately looking for. The other thing that I am interested in, let me see if I can Google this. I don't know if this is going to be available. This is a MegaCon exclusive. Spawn 360 MegaCon, I think it is. Let's see. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, I want to get this book. I love it. Spawn 360. I have right here in my grubby little hands, I have the 1 in 50, which by the way is still, I think this is still going for like $200, over $200, right? The 1 in 50. I have this book. How nice would it be to have that black and white with it, right? To have that black and white next to it. Oh. So is anybody going to MegaCon that wants to grab me a copy? They're selling, I think it's what, $40? I'll pay $50. So someone wants to go and make $10 off of me. Go ahead. I'm more than happy to pay $50 for that. So at the booth, it will be $40 at the MegaCon Convention Fan Expo. I will gladly pay $50 for that. If anyone wants to grab me a copy, that'd be awesome. MegaCon is in Orlando, which is not that far for me. It's probably, an hour and a half away. I just don't like traveling. I don't like dealing with huge crowds. I went to MegaCon like 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. I think it was 4 years ago. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I met some of the comic book creators that I've interviewed on my channel. I had a good time there. It was fun. I liked it, but yeah, I just don't. I don't go to too many comic book. I don't go to too many conventions. That's not my thing to do. It's a hassle, parking and it's all stress. It's so crowded in there. I mean, that's a young man's game. Uh, People that do that every year, go to all these conventions all the time. I bless them. I wish I could do that. It's just tough to do that. But man, I love that cover. That in a sketch cover. It even looks better as a sketch. So to say I want that book is an understatement. I love that book. It looks fantastic in black and white. Brett Booth, man. God, does it get any better than him? I mean, look at that. That is such good artwork. I love it. I mean, I love it. It's so good. So we'll see what happens. Either I get it, either someone picks it up for me at MegaCon, or I'll be one of those boneheads that pays $100 for it on eBay, because that's probably what it's going to sell for, right? Someone's going to buy it for 40, and they're going to sell it on eBay for $80 to $100 easy, probably over $100. And I love it so much, I'll probably pay pay that kind of money, which is completely insane. And I know the print run on this is going to be pretty high. It's probably going to be what, 400 or 500 copies at least. They're limiting it to 3 per person, so you know it's not a small print run. It's not going to be a small print run, but yeah, someone's going to buy it at the booth for 40 and sell it to me for 80 to 90, maybe $100. That's what's likely going to happen. So that's why I'm throwing it out there. If anybody's going to be at MegaCon and they can pick this up for me for $50, I'll be more than happy to pay $50 for that book. No problem. What else? What else do we have to look forward to? Oh, there is another MegaCon. Let me go back. I think it's a Transformers. I'm going to type in Transformers MegaCon. No, it's not that one. Let's see, maybe it'll be on Fan Expo. Let me see here. No. Yeah, I think of the Comic Mint. If I'm not mistaken, it was the Comic Mint that had it. Let me take a look. Comic Mint, which apparently they had some pre-sales on this. I didn't know about it. Shame on me for not knowing about it, but yeah. Yeah, this is it right here. Oh, I can't look at the book. Come on. What happened? What the heck? The website's screwy sometimes. Yeah, it's not letting me pull up the book. Huh. Let me see if I can just blow it up here a little bit. Yeah, Transformers #1. This is the Kevin Malakwi Virgin variant. I love that cover right there. That one looks awesome. It's got Optimus Prime with that big old, what is that thing? Big old axe, energy axe. That one's limited to 300 copies. I love that one. So those are the only 2 MegaCon exclusives I want to get. Is that Spawn 360 black and white, and I want that Transformer one, Optimus Prime. That one looks cool. Oh, by the way, speaking of Transformers, I did get man, I've got a nice collection of Transformer books right now, I must say. Let me show them to you. Got them right here. A stack of Transformer. Now, these are the new Transformers. Of course, I got the first Transformers 9/6 graded, the original Transformers #1. First appearance of the Transformers, Decepticons, all of them, all in the first issue. Of course, you got to have that. That's a major key to have in your collection, especially if you like Transformers. So this is a stack of, these are the Image books. So these are new, the Image series of Transformers. First of all, I got the Delato Optimus Prime. I got version 2 copies of that bad boy. I love Delato. And of course, I had to get the Megatron. Same thing by Delato, Megatron exclusive. So I got those. Of course, I got Transformers #1, the regular first print. It's up to a 10th printing now. This is the first print. First print's always going to be the one to have. So if you're going to own a Transformers #1, make sure it is a first print. That one is the first print. I got number 2, first print. This is like a $30 book right now, easy. 30 to 35 if you can find it. It's not easy to find. You'll see it pop up on eBay on occasion, but yeah, it's definitely a lot harder to find than issue number 1. So this issue 2, first print. So I recommend you get all the first print A covers. First print A covers. This is the 5th printing by Filia Bukatan. This is the guy that does crazy detailed work, so I did pick that up, and he also did a black and white version of it. I think both are 5th printings. Yeah, those are both 5th printings. So I do have that. Number 3, first print, A cover. Love it. Number 4, first print, A cover. So I recommend that you get first prints, A covers especially. By the way, for issue number 4, this is one of my favorite covers. I finally found, I got it in the mail today. I've been looking for this book for a long time. And patience sometimes pays. I didn't want to pay $80 to $90. This book has been selling consistently between $80 to $90 on eBay. It's a great cover. It's a spoiler cover for issue 4, and that was Megatron on that cover. This was a spoiler variant, so you didn't get to see this cover until the week of release. And I never picked it up. I just forgot about it. I was meaning to get this, and then I finally found this copy in a shop in Canada for like $40. So it ends up being like less than $50, less than ratio. This is a 1 in 50 ratio. I got this for less than $50 shipped, mainly because it was a Canadian store, and of course the US dollar is stronger than Canadian dollar, so I got a pretty good deal on that book. But man, I love that cover. Transformers number 4, that is the 1 in 50 cover. I can't remember the artist that did it, but man, I love it. It's so good. I love it. Number 5, I also have the 1 in 50 variant of that one. I think I ended up getting this originally for like $20. That's the reason I picked it up. I got it so cheap. So I'm glad I did that. That's the regular, I think this is the regular A cover for number 5. A or B cover. It might be B cover. Did I already show 5? No, that's a regular A cover. Yeah, regular A cover for 5. Number 6, A cover. Now, I would like to go back and get the B covers of some of these issues if I could get a deal on them or find them close to cover price. But I'm probably going to have to find those at a shop. Maybe I need to go look for some of those in comic book shops, because I have a feeling I'll be able to get better deals through local comic book shops on those versus online. Number 7, I think that's the A cover for number 7. Pretty cool. Number 8, most of these are Warren Johnson covers. Dave Warren Johnson. Yeah, love that cover too. Number 9, very cool. Optimus Prime holding up the Earth. It's pretty neat. There's the B cover. I think that's a Corona cover. Yeah, that's a Corona cover. Jorge Corona did the B cover. I like that one too for number 9. Oh, this one I found this off of Graham Crack. I think I got this off of Graham Crackers. It's for cheap. I got it for like $25. This is like a $100 book now. $80 to $100 all day long. This is number 11. This is the special variant. I don't know what they call it. It's not like a 1 in 50 or anything. It was like a limited, maybe it wasn't, I don't know if it was one per store. I can't remember how it was. But it was definitely limited. And I think Graham Crackers had it for like $25. I grabbed it from them. And yeah, this is like an $80 book right now. Easy $80 book. It's got Ultra Magnus on the cover. Yeah, that's a good one. I've got regular, I'm missing 10. I got that coming in the mail from my comic book shop. I got 2 copies of issue 10 coming, A and B cover. I've got A and B cover of 11 coming. This is like the D cover or something. So I'll have A and B cover of 11 as well. And then I think that is the A cover for 12. I think it is. So yeah, I love that one. Transformers 13. I think this is the A cover. 13. I still need to get the B cover. I think there's a nice Corona cover on 13. 14. Regular A cover. I think I got 2 copies of that one for some reason. And 14 A cover. Starscream. And the writing, by the way, Transformers comic book, it's good, man. I'm telling you, Daniel Warren Johnson's writing is fantastic. Uh, Jason Howard is also helping him, and also Mike Spicer. I mean, it's a good team, man. The comic book is a joy to read. I love it. The stories are good. The artwork's amazing. I mean, these are way better than IDW. I remember collecting some of the IDW Transformers. The image is so much better, so much better. Transformers 15. I think that's the A cover. I believe it is. And then 16. That is the 1 in 50 by Homer. I got that for like $20. That's the only reason I picked it up. I was like, it's a cool cover too, but it was a spoiler cover. You didn't basically know this is the return of Megatron and that bird. I can't remember that bird's name was, but that was part of what Soundwave's bird, I think. So that's my Transformers collection. It's almost complete. I got my comic book shop is sending me 4 or 5 copies that will complete the entire A cover run. That will bring me up to current. So I'll have every single issue of the A cover up all the way to issue 16. 17 is coming out soon. And I love it, man. It's been a great series. I think the writing is awesome. The art is fantastic. I love Transformers, man. It's one of my favorite rides at Universal Studios, the Transformers ride. I don't know if you guys have ever been on that ride. It is so awesome. It's such a good ride. It's to this day, I think that's still one of the best theme park rides is Transformers. It's fantastic. I love it. All right, what else can we talk about? Let me go to, oh yeah, so that's the list of, the Comic Mint has a bunch of these exclusives through MegaCon. Absolute Batman #1, Ben Oliver, limited to 800 copies. There's a Batman 154, Will Jack, limited to 500. There's a Natalie Sanders, Batman 609, Virgin variant, limited to 500. Souza Mayaka, Batgirl #4, foil. That's limited to 500. You got the Lyrics Lee cover for Wolverine, Laura Kinney #1. That one looks nice. Limited to 500. All New Venom #1, Inhook Lee, Virgin variant, limited to 500 copies. The Vampirilla 672, Natalie Sanders, limited to only 300. It's definitely low. That one's beautiful by Natalie Sanders. You've got another interesting cover by Matt Wilson for Something is Killing the Children #1. This is the archive edition, Virgin variant. There's also a Zootopia #1 trade dress by Chrissy Zulo. G.I. Joe #1, 80s nostalgia variant, limited to 300 copies by Pasquale Ferreira. The Transformers #1, that's one of the ones I want. That's probably the only one I really care about, is that cover just looks awesome. Limited to 300 by Kevin Malawi. And last but not least is Power Rangers Prime #1. This is the Virgin variant, limited to 300 copies by Alina Urosov, I think is the name. Real quick, I'm going to go on Instagram. And just see if there's anything interesting here. At least the Comic Mint was nice enough to message me back because I made a comment about, yeah, I want to pick up that Transformers book. Oh, I forgot. There is a couple really nice Vampirilla books coming out, by the way. Yes, I forgot about this. Let me go to Golden Apple. Vampirilla #2. So this is available for pre-order right now. Shoot, not 32, #2. Yeah, right there. The 1 in 20 Jenny Frizen variant. Yes. That one's awesome. 25 bucks at um, Golden Apple. Check with your local comic book shop. You might be able, it's a 1 in 20, so you might be able to find it for $20. But Golden Apple's not crazy. They're only asking $5 over ratio. That's not bad. And notice it's on sale. They had it originally listed for $50. So they did discount it. So I don't know how many copies they have, but man, that sounds like a pretty good deal versus 50. But that cover's awesome by Jimmy Frizen. I could see that doing extremely well. Very, very well. And a shout out to my good friend DT. He's the one that kind of clued me into that. He has been paying attention. He's always on top of these hot girl covers. Oh, and by the way, he's the one that also clued me into that Spawn 360. So I always appreciate him. And we did talk today about, oh yeah, there's a Raza cover. You guys like Raza? He's got a upcoming Jim Henson's Labyrinth cover that looks really awesome. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. I mean, that's a pretty damn good cover right there. That's an awesome. That's an awesome image of David Bowie. That's Jim Henson's Labyrinth #6, the 1 in 25 Raza variant. Look how much they're asking, $60. $60 at Golden Apple. I love it. It's a cool cover. I mean, I pre-ordered that one for $20. I got it. I found it for $20. I feel very fortunate that I was able to do that. But if you go on eBay right now, let's see if there's any pre-orders. Yeah, there's one for 70. There's one for 62. Oh no, that's #7. Okay, wrong one. So far on eBay, I only see one copy. One copy. Asking $70. Crazy. That's it. So if you love that cover, check with your local comic book shop. I think your best bet to find that is maybe just check with your local comic book shop and see if they're gonna order enough copies to get to qualify, and maybe work a deal out with the shop owner. Say, hey, if you order 25 copies and sell me that incentive for ratio, I'll buy half. I'll buy half of the 25 copies of the A or B cover that you have to buy to qualify for that incentive. That's a good deal. That way it guarantees that they're selling at least half that inventory and they're going to sell you that incentive. And they're going to make money on both. So it's probably not a bad deal for the shop owner. That might be your best bet to try to get it close to ratio, because otherwise, I mean, Golden Apple's the only online shop I've seen that has it available. Everyone else is sold out. And eBay, there's only one listing on eBay, and they want 70. So, yeah, that's going to be a tough one. I mean, maybe Midtown will have a copy or two. I mean, that might be your next best thing is If you don't have a shop near you, try to see if you can pick it up on Midtown. But yeah, there's some cool looking books coming out. That's kind of what I had for you guys tonight. Is if there's anything else you wanted me to talk about, I'd love to talk about things. I haven't really been paying attention to anything big in comic book land. What was that old website I used to go to all the time? I know I used to go to Bleeding Cool. Oh, by the way, for you Neil Gaiman fans, they just announced season 2 will be the last season of Sandman. That's been canceled now because of the inappropriate behavior of Neil Gaiman. Apparently, he was a naughty boy. I don't know what he's alleged to have done. In my opinion, I've always said this: you're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So I don't know what he's done. Maybe he's a vile human being. Maybe he's not. I am not somebody who's going to prejudge that. I'll leave that up to the civil courts. I don't know if he's being sued or what's going on with that, but obviously it was enough to spark enough controversy to get his show canceled. Was it Netflix that had that show? I think Netflix, right? Wasn't it Netflix? I'm pretty sure it was Netflix. I don't know. The problem is with these shows these days, these streaming shows, is they come out, they have a season, it does pretty well, and then it takes 2 years before the second season comes out, right? And then at that point, I don't even care anymore. Like, if you can't come out very, very quickly, the second season of a series has to come out very, very fast. If it doesn't come out fast, I'm not interested. I lose interest. And I think most people feel the same way. So, and now that we know that Sandman series has been canceled, well, who wants to invest their time watching a whole second season, knowing, however they end it, there's not going to be a third season. So what's the point? I don't know. Just drives me crazy. I don't know. Bleeding Fool. I always call this site Bleeding Fool because there's so many stupid articles written by Rich Johnston. He's a tool. I don't know. Sometimes I go to the comic books. The Terry Pratchett estate removes Neil Gaiman from Good Omens Kickstarter. Okay. I don't know what that means. Here's an article just came out. Marvel gives Storm vibranium armor, leads into Thunder Wars event. Writer Murwawa. Come on, how am I going to fucking pronounce that name? Murewa. How am I supposed to pronounce that? And look at the last name. A-Y. Oyedel? Is it Oyedel? Holy shit. All right. Enough of that. So, whoever this writer is, name unpronounceable. Might as well just put a symbol. Maybe it's like a new Prince thing. Storm is going to be wearing a vibranium armor. Why? Is that part of her 50% from her divorce from the Black Panther or something? I don't know. She gets vibranium armor. It says it's an armor-based design with a recurrent shape motif of Oro's crown as part of the weapon handle and capes. Also, a bit of Marvel Revivals vibes. So there's the cover. Yeah, looks kind of cool. I like that. That's it. So Storm number 6. That might be a good cover to pick up. I think the cover is by, is that a Mateus Mahaney cover? I don't know. No, by Luciano Vecchio. Italian, if I ever heard Italian. Yeah, that's the Vecchio variant. So that may be worth picking up. Who knows? Kind of looks cool. I like it. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. I don't know. I think I'm done. I don't see too many people interacting with me in the chat. There's only 3 people watching live at the moment. So Saturday night, sometimes you get a lot of people on here, sometimes you don't. I did try to give a lot of fair warning that I would be online. I did invite a couple people to join me on the live stream, but no one responded. So, hey, I got to give people more notice, I know. So I tried to get some things going here, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, the content. At least we reviewed the Hot 10 list. I kind of talked about some books that I think look pretty good. And, you guys make the decisions from there. All right, everyone. Hope you have a great Saturday evening. Next Wednesday, I'll have a new comic book day video highlighting the books coming out the following Wednesday. So make sure you check that out every Wednesday evening or afternoon. I usually post that video. And in the meantime, I hope everyone has a great weekend. We got the Super Bowl coming up. I don't really have a dog in that fight. I like to root for underdogs, and there's no doubt about it. I think the Eagles are the underdogs, so I guess I'm going to root for the Eagles. I think of all the teams that were in the playoffs, I think the Buffalo Bills were the ones I was kind of rooting for, and that didn't happen. So I guess I'll support the Philadelphia Eagles. Kansas City, are they going to be the first team to get 3 Super Bowls in a row? That could be historic. Are the calls going to go for this? Are the referee calls going the way of Kansas City? Everyone seems to think so. I tell you right now, the bets are on the Kansas City winning. So usually those Vegas guys don't like to lose money. So that seems to be the way it's going to go. But you never know. As they say, any given Sunday, anything can happen. But I'm going to root for the Eagles, although I really don't care about either team too much. But yeah, next weekend we'll see what happens. Hope everyone has a great rest of the weekend, and I'll see you guys soon.